my friends. How's everyone this morning? I hope you're all well. This is week, where are we? We're at week 31. We've completed. We have 21 weeks left in the year. And this is my 1,000 pound challenge, where I am diverting 1,000 pounds to a landfill, diverting it to my garden rather, from going into the landfill. If I could make a plea that you would watch till the end, I don't often ask people to do that, but I would really appreciate it. I seem to be getting less and less hours as the weeks go on. So if you have a few moments, I would truly appreciate it. Anyway, what's this all about? Well, it's about not putting your garbage down the drain, or, you know, which goes back into the water system, putting it out in your trash. When I walk by people's trash cans on trash day, and I think I'm almost knocked down, because I walk early in the mornings and you have to have your trash out by 6 a.m. and that's about when I walk. And I think, and we have to keep our trash cans in our garage because we're in a development, so it has to look clean, pristine. Your garages must smell absolutely horrible, because your trash cans must smell horrible week after week. Mine doesn't. Anything that goes out in our trash can is pretty much dry. Things that I'm trying to just think. I actually do throw away my tissues, which I'm realizing I probably could give that to the worms. But I think, wow, it's really a smell. But anyway, so much of that. What all am I saving? Well, I'm saving all of my fruit and vegetable peels. For people who say, well, I couldn't have this in my freezer, which you can tell I put mine in there neatly. Rick just throws them in like he's aiming for playing basketball, and he's aiming for the hoop, and he barely makes it. But if you can't do that, and you want to save your fruit and vegetable peels, add a little water to it, put it through your blender, and put it in a container. I just happen to have these containers, or my yogurt containers, and I keep them. That's about, this is 3 cups. I put a couple cups in there, and when I'm feeding my worms, it's perfect. If you have a compost pile, this is great. You can just take it. Well, if you have a compost pile, you should probably be able to go out there and dump it in your pile. But say you're building one. This makes it a great, neat way of keeping it in your freezer. Excuse me a minute. Thank you. Your coffee grounds. The filters are great in the bottom of a pot, whether it's a clay pot or a plastic pot. If you've got holes in it and you don't want that soil coming out, put a couple coffee filters in. About 2-ply really seems to be a really deterrent for your soil running through, and it won't hold the water back, so it's not going to get waterlogged. Tea bags, anything like that. Just check to make sure if you're putting your whole bag in, to make sure that it's biodegradable. If you have old things that you're throwing away, if you're feeding your worms, any old stale cereal that you're actually just going to throw away, not that you're going to eat it. Any leaves that you have, if you're bringing in your flowers, someone gave you flowers, all these things can be put into either your worms or your compost, back into, if you don't have a compost but you have a yard. I find it interesting that you could just take like a section of your yard, just a small section, and just start to do like a chop and drop. Even if you have mulch, pull the mulch back, throw your garbage down, put the mulch on top. You'd be surprised. It will just biodegrade. If you've got, the other way of doing fruit is if you have a dehydrator. This is strawberry and banana peels. And I have to tell you, I opened it up and I keep walking back and forth and going, did I bring strawberries out? I mean, it is just a wonderful, wonderful fragrance. But you can use this for your worms, if you're feeding your worms. I would think it would make almost a great, like if you had chickens or something, you could probably spread that out and do it for them. Any of your eggshells, it provides great calcium back into your worms, into your castings, into your compost. My shrimp shells, we have shrimp on a pretty regular basis, a couple times a month maybe. I used to throw the shells, I'd boil the shells to get that rich chitin, to get the rich flavors into the water. And it never occurred to me that there's chitin in there. And chitin is, you know, nails, hair, muscles, bones, you know, it's really good for us. So either give it to your worms, or you can make a chitin tea, or you could sprinkle a little bit of it on your own food. I mean, you don't have to eat it by the pound, but it really is something very healthy for you. And I want to, I was just hearing about that we really should be adding it to our own diets and getting stronger, staying stronger. When you're 40, you go, oh boy, I'm going to get strong. When you're 73, you say, I'm going to stay strong. And I plan to live to be 100, so I have a long way to go. So anyway, if you're taking out your canned vegetables and it says no salt, save the water. There's natural sugars and what have you in the water. If you're making rice and you rinse your rice, save the water. It has trace vitamins in it. You can use it for your worms, you can use it for your flowers, you can use it for your hair, you can use it for your skin. You can think about it, and I'm sure you could find ways. Over here on this side, any of your cookies and crackers and breads and things that have gone stale and you're going to throw them out, find a use for it in your garden. On the other side, if you're doing shredded cardboard and newspaper, if you don't have a shredder, just rip it up. It will break up. I use my toilet rolls, my paper towel rolls. Worms love corrugated cardboard. It's like a little jungle gym to them. So let's see, have I told you everything? My vacuum, when I vacuum, we open the vacuum up, and I usually put it in the compost. Actually, I don't. But when Rick is sweeping the floors, he now takes all that, and it's great grit for the worms. Dryer lint. I use mine because my clothes are all cotton. Let's see, cork popsicle sticks. I didn't bring those over today, but I think you must know. We had a wonderful occurrence on Tuesday. I made a little video, and that was that we actually did reach our 1,000 pound challenge. Our friend Brian from up the street came down, and he brought his big bag of 56 pounds of grass clippings. I thought I was going to fall over, but he did. And we didn't really have much after that, but we did, excuse me, we did have a hefty, our own things, and we had together, excuse me, I'm really hoarse this morning. Together, we ended up on Tuesday that we made our 1,000 pound challenge. It was 1,009 pounds. But by the end of the week, we had 70 pounds, 10.2 ounces. And our total came to 1,018 pounds, 5.6 ounces. So that's basically the end of this week, except that I did mention that Jane over at Rockin' Worms, she came the closest. Her prediction was August 8th, and it was August 1st. Everybody else was after that. But some of you have decided, and I mentioned it to you, that, well, gee, I wonder how much I'm going to have by the December 31st. And I've gotten quite a few little guesses. I won't go through and tell you everyone just yet, but it's anywhere from 1,300 up to 2,000. So I will let you guys decide if you want to make a comment on this video, and then let me know what you think will be our end result. So anyway, that's today. It's today is August 6th, and I hope everybody has a great day, and I hope you go out and find something to do that's really fun, you know, other than shredding paper and go play with your worms. Go play out in nature. Here in Florida, we're going to be, I think, in the 90s, but still, it's dark outside. I will be getting my tennis shoes on and going out for a early morning walk. And the bunnies are abundant. I just did one on the turkeys. The turkeys seem to have found my front yard for some reason or other. I don't know if I have grain that's, you know, seeds that are falling, or if they're finding grubs or whatever, but Mama Turkey and her 9 teenagers, who all look like they're probably about that tall, maybe in the 2 to 3 pound range. 9 of them. I looked out. I was working at the computer, and I looked out the window, and I could see heads out there, and I thought, what on earth is going on? So I very quickly and quietly got up, and I opened the front door, and I snuck out. And it was so funny because, you know, my mother used to say about somebody bottlenecking around. I could see these skinny little long necks coming around and looking at me and checking me out. And they looked like they were very interested. And then all of a sudden, a big head came around. It was Mom. And she went, couple pecks. And she went back down to the preserve where they all seem to live. And as soon as she made that decision, Johnny on the spot, they were right behind her, ducks in a row, you know, going down the street. So that was cute. But anyway, I hope everybody has a great Sunday. I hope you'll come back and see me next Sunday. And I hope you watch till the end. Thank you very much. Bye-bye. Take care. And don't forget, garden what you've got. Have a great day.